exhausting. Tiring due to endless joy of traffic jams, mystic seats, and moments of being stuck behind a slow driver? Well, Tesla's got a solution. Why not let a car do all the work while we sit back and enjoy the ride to a future where humans no longer have to touch the wheel at all? But what does it take to make a car that can drive itself? What challenges lie ahead as we enter a new era of mobility? And how prepared are we for the potential risks it might cause us? Starting with features and release. Robotaxi or Cybercab by Tesla utilizes FSD, full self-driving, making it autonomous and driverless. Through AI and a couple of cameras, navigating highways, city streets, intersections are possible. Even changing lanes, parking, summoning, and responding to traffic signals are workable. And if you're looking for a more cutting-edge style, it is futuristic from its butterfly doors, compact cabin, and a minimalist interior. It has large rear wheels, automatic cleaner is included, and charges wireless. So far, cracking autonomous driving in cars we have today is not yet attained. Yes, full self-driving is present, yet it requires driver supervision, miles away to conclude its excellence. Hence, robotaxi rides are impossible until these are unsupervised. Moving to benefits, and this include increased safety by reducing human error and consistent performance simply because these don't get tired or distracted like humans. Reduced traffic congestion like optimizing routes and platooning or traveling in tight formations. Environmentally friendly due to its electric powertrain. Cost savings considering fare is cheaper as it is human driverless, operating 24/7. Convenience and accessibility means of not only offering availability anytime, but also to people who are unable to drive for a bunch of reasons. And lastly, efficient use of space because there is no parking required. This kind of invention idea seems promising as it offers safer, more efficient, and environmentally friendly alternatives to traditional vehicles we currently have. But we can't eliminate the drawbacks along with it. Several risks must be considered, such as safety and technical failures because there's no error-free technology. It might malfunction in any real-world scenarios or unpredictable situations where a child suddenly runs across the street. Cybersecurity threats like hacking risks and data privacy, cybersecurity measures can be ensured. Still, it's an ongoing challenge today. Job losses and economic displacement. Millions of driving-related jobs could be at risk. Let's not get started on places where transportation gaps and mobility limitations continue to widen. Liability and legal issues. Who is held responsible? Is it the manufacturer, developer, or the owner? Ethical concerns. We can't escape from moral dilemmas, choosing between hitting a pedestrian or swerving into a wall, possibly harming the passengers. And in terms of environmental impacts, management of its battery production and proper disposal are lacking. Furthermore, it demands a huge amount of electricity. These risks will need to be carefully addressed to ensure that the benefits of autonomous transportation outweigh the potential downsides. Now, we explore if it's beneficial or challenging for developed, developing, and underdeveloped nations, famously known as first, second, and third world countries. Tesla's Robotaxi could bring considerable benefits to developed countries, with robust infrastructure, higher technological adoption rates, and a focus on sustainability. However, even in these countries, challenges like regulatory frameworks, job displacement, and public acceptance will need to be addressed. For developing countries, the Robotaxi could provide a major leap forward in terms of efficiency, safety, and environmental benefits. But issues like infrastructure, affordability, and technological readiness could limit widespread adoption in the near term. In underdeveloped countries, the potential benefits, such as increased mobility and environmental improvements, are clear, but the lack of infrastructure, economic resources, and a reliable power grid would pose significant barriers to implementation. These nations may be able to benefit in the future, but for now, traditional forms of transportation will likely remain more viable. In summary, while robotaxis have transformative potential, their effectiveness and implementation will depend heavily on a country's infrastructure, economic capacity, and readiness for technological innovation. Lastly, why we don't take this on a more narrow and individualized viewpoint about robotaxis. Accept or reject. Most of Gen Z respondents said they have no significant concerns with the safety, security, and accuracy levels of autonomous technology. People, especially youth, are accustomed to on-demand services and the convenience of technology. Robotaxis could align with this preference for easy, accessible transportation. And over a third of Gen Z participants believe autonomous cars are safer than human drivers, as self-driving vehicles are less aggressive. In terms of distracted driving, consider that we are constantly distracted. This is not merely because of playing with cell phones all the while, but due to being bombarded with so much information, causing the brain to be absent at some time when driving. Humans are so distracted that even an important activity like driving is carried out by a routine from our subconscious. Though it is somehow convenient, we worry about the potential impact of robotaxis on jobs in the transportation industry, and the cost of using robotaxis, especially for frequent commuters, could be a barrier for some. There's no alternative. Humans have to be removed from these jobs as well. Those who love driving, they will have to go on the driving range, or they will be on a toll road where they will have to pay to drive. Today, no amount of software or any AI can accurately make all the decisions and understand all the conditions that a human driver sees and encounters on the road. The drivers that were in their self-driving cars that killed someone's mother, father, daughter, ought to be charged with criminal negligence. It's not the manufacturer's fault. Cars with no controls would have to be studied as to how they work. Someone would have to explain in depth what all the components do and answer any questions that come up, especially about safety. But consumers would have to be shown a test drive. After that, on the track at slow speeds, then people might consent to a test run. Later on, for a full driving test drive. It will take some time because people have to get used to it enough to feel safe. In the future, where self-driving cars are extant and safe, and mature technology, yes, we can look forward to the day we can jump in cars, nap, watch TV, read a newspaper, or just idly stare out the window, watching the world go past, and then find ourselves at our destination. At the end of the day, it's your choice to make. Stay with the traditional, where comfort feels safe, or take the leap and embrace the risk of the robo-taxi. The future is waiting, but only you can decide if you're ready to ride it.